he passed away
Yeah.
because of cancer and because of COVID.
He was a good dude, man.
He was, and I knew about Colin Powell before he was famous with Bush and stuff like that, because I would always look up black soldiers, particularly black soldiers, right?
Right.
And this guy, the stuff he'd been through. I mean, when I was in the Army, I heard every racial epithet you could ever think of and every derogatory thing. But the stuff that he'd been through. Okay, one story with Colin Powell. We have this thing that we do. It's called rigging, and you got to hold on to this rigging with your two hands. You know, like in the movie, you see them. We have it now. It's like a recreational thing where you go on a rope and you just slide. You go down a mountain. Like anyway.
Right, yeah.
So you're on the rigging and you're supposed to go all the way across this lake. For them, it was across this lake, across this little ravine, and they get to a rock. And the guy at the end, he holds the brake and he brakes you so you don't hit the rock. Colin Powell did that thing literally 6 times, and every time but one time, when it was a different guy, they would break him at the last second, where he could have slammed into that rock and either busted his nose, broke his neck, or busted his jaw.
Just because he was black.
Because he was black. Because he was black. He was in the Army in the early early 60s, all the way up until, his time served as Secretary of State and stuff like that. So when I was a soldier and I was hearing all this BS, there were 5 people that really made an impression on me, and they're going to hear this now. They're not going to believe it. Sergeant Major Edwards and Sergeant Major Weeks.
Are they Canadian? Sorry, I don't know.
Canadian Armed Forces.
Okay.
And they were what we call warrant officers, right? So these 2 warrant officers really made an impact on me. Warren Hamel, a French guy who really, like, one day we just got to sit down talking and stuff like that, and he really made an impact on me. Sergeant Kirkwood, really good guy.
And GB, pardon my ignorance, but are they black as well, or are they mixed?
No. Sergeant Major Weeks, Sergeant Major Edwards were black. Okay. Sergeant Kirkwood was white.
Okay.
Sergeant Major ML was white.
So you think you lean more, and these guys were your
these guys were my crutch. No, these guys were
right. But were these guys somebody that you wanted to lean on, or wanted them to be an example for you?
No. They were examples because of what they said and what they did.
Okay, how they behave. Okay, and what
and they made me a straighter and better soldier. Sergeant Calamaris, and sorry, go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just going to say, were these guys in
in my regiment, the Royal Canadian Hussars?
No, okay, but that's what, like, it wasn't one thing where you met them at like Cornwallis and boot camp or anything like that. It was once you were deployed. That's where you met them.
Yeah. I met them at my regiment. A lot of these guys were in my regiment. Sergeant Kirkwood.
Okay. No, but because you always see, like, in the movies where it's always kind of like, like not saying you were a misfit,
yeah,
but the misfit joins up and everything else, and then like the hard luck drill sergeant kind of like takes him under his wing type thing. I didn't know if it was one of those, like, you met these guys at boot camp and they were kind of like, okay, let's go, or if it was you got through it all and once you're put into the regiment, then you meet them type thing.
Well, a lot of it was guys at my regiment. Some of it was sometimes that, you go off somewhere and you're working with other regiments, you meet some guys who are pretty impressive, but a lot of the guys who made a big impression on me were at my regiment. And anyways, make a long story short, get right back to it. Colin Powell's one guy who made a big impression on me because of the things he said. And I read that whole thing about how he went through boot camp and people literally put dog shit in his boots. Okay, you get up in the morning and you know what I mean? And they would laugh and they would do all this and they would call him all these names and he wouldn't say a word. And at first we were like, you know what? This guy's a coward. He's he's a pussy. Yeah, we could do whatever. He had to defend himself a couple times. Anyways, something he said, if you let other people's, if you let other people's actions affect your direction, you should not join the army because you'll be a lousy soldier, something to that effect. And he summed it up by saying, always correct yourself because you are the only one who knows the course you wish to have.
Slick line, y'all.
When you hear that in the back of your head and you're a young black man and you're listening to all these, I'm not saying that the Canadian Armed Forces is all racist and all. It's not the armed forces, it's the individual. When you hear individuals talking stupidness and saying stupidness, you have two choices to make. You can either react to it and get pulled into their world. That's what they need. That's what they want, because the people like that really don't have any kind of power other than what
You don't want to stoop down to their level. And TP, while you're talking, what age were you enlisted?
I enlisted at 21. I wanted to be a Marine. I kept bugging the Marines until finally they were like, "No, you're not an American. We're not taking you. Stop it." I joined because of two friends of mine, Warrant Miles Stringer, and guys, stop laughing.
No, because I was like, because maybe the helmet didn't fit because you're a Marine. Like,
boy, you got a big ass head.
It's like just twirling.
We can't take you.
We can't.
Your head alone cannot fit inside the helicopter.
It's too much afro. Just get the afro up.
You must be at least this tall to go hoorah.
Oh, Dave, you want to hear a joke? Here's a joke.
You must be this tall to Semper Fi.
No, check it. This is a true story. Okay, I was all bad. I was a man. I was going to go rappelling off a 110-foot cliff. 110-foot cliff. Got up there. There were two. Now, I don't care what anybody says. The world says that, you have all these special forces. Le 22e, I'm going to say this, the 22nd Regiment of Montreal, these are the guys that everybody in Canada should thank, because these guys went to war and they were the most feared Canadian soldiers in the war. These guys, they have no fear. Okay, they're a special breed of soldier. Anyways,
obviously they have a fucking riot there every other month, so they're used to it.
They're like, oh well, this is heaven.
The riots, nothing, man. You should listen to me, man. No, but
we get to fight. Okay.
No, trust me. You guys want Canadian Armed Forces to fight for you? Okay, take a beer and put it in the middle of any country and say, "Get to that beer." We're Canadians. We'll get to that beer, all right. We'll fight our way out of the way. Is the beer open? Is it cold? Fuck it, we're coming. No. Anyways,
so this team that you mentioned from Montreal, are they like special commandos or?
They're from Quebec. Le 22e. They were during the Second World War. The Americans had the Devil's Brigade. We had them.
Okay.
These guys don't quit. They're like Canada's PPCLI, Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry. These are the guys. You look in their eyes, and all you see is that fire burning in the back of their eye because they're coming for you. No, I'm not joking. These guys
fucking Ghost Rider right here.
No. These guys are not right in the head. This one guy was out in West. Okay, two stories. I was out West, and I was training with the PPCLI. I was doing a Master Corporal's course.
Oh, you were training with them? Okay.
Yeah, this one guy, I made the mistake of asking him a question. Really bright guy, But this is before I really knew him, and I asked him a question. Excuse me, Sergeant. Ghost Rider? You know when Ghost Rider holds up that guy and says,
"Yeah."
Worthy. This is the look he gave me. This is the look he gave me. Sergeant? Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this boy?
TP, when you came really close. When you came really close. Okay.
Dude. Here's the effect. Yeah. So later on, you don't know what you're going to ask me. Don't ask me. Don't call my name.
So they're little.
No. That's them when they're not intense.
That's not intense?
That's not intense.
Bro, when you came really close to the camera, I just felt like a Bill Cosby victim.
No.
Just kept coming.
But when I first left, and then I came back, Bill Cosby. Yeah.
I know you did that close up. I was like, whoa, easy there. When I first left, this was Thomas. This was Thomas. Smelling his cup.
This was Thomas when he first left. I was all, man, Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the Braves. Thomas came back. I was not right in the head. My nephews were swimming in the pool. talking about, I want peanut butter and jam. You're going to get it for me. Remember that look I gave you? This was Thomas's look. Your grandmother isn't here.
Bro, they're Bill Cosby again.
You and me, we're alone.
See, there you were talking like him.
You know what I'm saying? No. Bill Cosby.
Look at Dave. He's out.
Dave's that pigeon that you stare at too much.
And how long did you serve, my man?
I was in there for 7 years.
7 years, wow.
And anybody asking me why I stayed and why I did this and why I wanted discipline in my life, because my dad died when I was young. I wanted to do something other than hang out at the mall like everybody else. And I wasn't ready for university.
And that was my next question. This was your own decision. You decided, hey, I want to enlist myself. I want to be a better bro. Kudos to you, man. Thank you for the service, bro.
No,
it's awesome, man. Okay, I'll take it back.
No.
Because I did that with Max Ross once. I was like, hey, man, thank you for your service. And he's like, bro, I was just a translator. I was like, okay, man. I'm like, no.
No. But I'll tell you something. I'll tell you why no one in Canada has to thank me. Number one,
he didn't do anything.
You are you are the best people to serve because you're Canadians. Number two, I wouldn't have had it any other way. Number three, like on the 8th day, God made Canada. Okay, because like there's no better feeling than having that uniform on and having somebody look at you and go, "Wow, you're in the army."
Yo, you got any pics? You got any pictures of you on your phone right now that you can show? I'm just curious, man.
You can just go.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just want to see you with hair.
You can go. I didn't have hair.
No, he didn't. He didn't have
go to
hair
my
then.
You go to my my Facebook and you'll see it.
No, bro. So on your Facebook
on screen, and everybody out there going, that motherfucker lying. He ain't never been in the army. He dress up. But anyways, so before we get any further, my topic is Colin Powell. I wanted to talk about him a bit. I started talking about him, so I'll just finish it up real quick. Colin Powell, I just wanted to say thank you very much. You inspired me and a lot of other Black men to be better. You inspired a lot of men to be better. And basically, thank you for your time here with us on Earth. Godspeed, wherever you are now. No, you can put it up on screen.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm just.
No, you can't see it that way, Zolf. You can't see it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All you see.
There you go. There you go. This is like young buck right there. That's the one, right?
That's me. No, that's the other brother. That's another Black guy named Tom.
No, because I thought maybe like
they all looked alike from the year before.
Is that the only one, or is it another? Because I know there's a lot of your kids and all that stuff.
There are a lot of other ones.
Oh yeah, you're here with your boys. Is the one of the ones that you mentioned? Are they here as well? Hang on, let it focus.
You can't see anything, man. Zolf,
hang on. There you go.
Like
there you go.
Oh my God, those guys.
Is that one of the ones you were admirers? Like, sorry, the one that you really felt like, are they here? Any one of them?
Those guys that are there right now in that picture, God, so young. Duclos.
Oh, you're young too in this, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, man. Doesn't that look like one of those army? That look like one of those army pictures. They're hunting down some guys, killing people. This was your team. Dun, 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 dun. But
just have red circles and X's over their faces.
The eyes are scratched out. But like, no, guys. Honestly, I wouldn't have changed a thing, man, because I joined because I wanted to do something with my life. I wanted something a little bit better, right? My parents gave me a great life. My sisters and my brothers, we had lots of fun, but it was time for me to become a man. So, you know, my dad was a merchant marine. He's another guy that really, really inspired me before he passed on. So I wanted to do something to honor him also, you know. So.
Now, did you ever call any of the a master warrant officer? Did you ever refer to them as a cocksucker?
Oh, let me tell you, Tom. No, no, man. Those guys.
I know from personal experience, they do not like that.
Really, Dave? You served?
I was in the cadets for a while, and I was getting to join. I was going to join the reserve, and then I called Warrant Officer Cocksucker up at Borden, and we all decided that maybe me taking orders from people was not the best idea. So
I could have told you that.
Well, I was,
and again,
I
Dave,
was
what age are we
young then.
talking here? What age? When was this? When was this?
I was probably 16, 17 at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know your pops, and I think George. And again, I could be wrong, but I know your dad's a cop.
He was, yeah. He retired.
He retired. Anybody else in your family, like maybe like his brothers or anybody like that?
I have two cousins and their
okay.
spouses and their ex-spouses that are cops. I have one cousin that was a fire captain. I have another cousin that's on a fire department somewhere. Yeah, there's
this fucking guy scratching his back.
Back scratcher.
There might be a couple of cousins in jail. I don't know.
That's like I was just gonna say you guys have such colorful families.
Well,
I only have con artists.
Now here's the fun part, because on my mom's side, she was the second youngest of 9.
Oh, okay.
And on my dad's side, he's the oldest of 3. So out of the 9, they had 30 kids between them, probably.
Damn. You guys are like rabbits.
You guys need to get cable, man.
So, like a lot of my cousins, I have no fucking idea of who they are.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, of course.
Right? So, I mean, like there's a couple of cousins that, like, you know, we're on each other's news feeds and whatnot on social medias, and we'll talk like whenever we see each other type thing. But other than that, like, so that's why I know I've got 2 cousins, their spouses, a couple of cousins in the fire department and that, but you know, the rest of them, I don't know. Dead, jail.
Wow.
Hookers. Who fucking knows? Like,
well, just a quick question. Do you have in-laws, or do you have
I did.
other people? Well, no, not now. But do you have other people who are like in your family that are like really, really, really distant, besides like the cousins you know about? The reason I ask is because I did a genealogy search and found a whole bunch of new people. But anyways, have you ever done?
Oh, did you do that? What was that? Did you do that ancestor thing? Is that what you're talking about?
I tried Ancestry.com. Too expensive, so I'm cheap. I
tried Ancestry.com. I found out all my ancestors are dead.
Wow, okay. Let's stop right now. It's so bad. Yeah, the motherfucker's dead, you know. I'm sorry, Dave. Look at Dave's face. It's just, oh my god.
No, because it's funny because you sit there and you think like, I mean, like, okay, but in Oakville, see, it's a totally different thing. Like we got a dog. We adopted a dog. We were fostering the puppy. We liked the puppy. We kept the puppy. She's a fucking pain in the ass right now. But that's besides the point. She was a litter of like 8. So whoever adopted these dogs and whatnot, like they made a Facebook group and everything else. And, ooh, let's watch the puppies grow up. And it's like, oh yeah, let's do that. Until one day somebody was like, oh, I did a ancestor test on the dog. And I'm like, the fuck, 23andMe the dog, for Christ's sake? Like,
no, seriously.
I'm like, you got more money than fucking brains, obviously. Like,
can I throw in maybe they were eating too many of your edibles?
What's the dog? It's a dog. What does she look like to you? She looks like a husky. Perfect. She's a husky. She acts like a goat. She might be fucking part goat too. But like to sit there and go get a fucking genealogy test for a dog, fuck off.
Bro, Roy Day.
I would do that. I would literally do one of those genealogy tests, literally just to find out if I'm getting like any sort of inheritance anytime soon. I'd be like, ooh, there's a fifth cousin who's now like an earl in Luxembourg or something like that. That they look like they're gonna die soon. I should knock on their door.
But let me just throw this out, Dave. Let me just throw this out. If you did a genealogy test, I am sure somewhere you got Thor's DNA. Because, like, dude, like back in the day, I'm sorry, I take this from Joe Rogan, but back in the day, a guy like you would be seriously standing on the edge of a boat with an axe going, stroke, row.
I'm telling you, bro.
It. Like
Mountain
I
from Game of Thrones, that's you.
Exactly. I see you jumping off the side of the boat, and people just standing going, "We gotta fight him. Fuck that." Take it.
Bro, honestly, I'm just friends with you so that you don't fuck with me. That's it. Like, so I'm always on your good side.
I don't even like you. I just keep you around so you don't kick the shit out of me.
No, but
I was like, I'm with him.
It's when Dave gets out of his Jeep. He gets out of his Jeep and he starts doing this thing where he always does this thing with his hands, right? And he starts walking. Dave, you don't understand how intimidating you look, okay?
Bro,
Dave, remember we were at the comedy bar, we were doing that show? Dave came from around the back, and I didn't know it was Dave, and I saw him special. I put my head down. I was like, oh, shit, this guy doesn't look like it. Oh, hey, Dave, how's it going? Like,
bro, he came out from my Brown meetup. People were intimidated to talk to him. They were scared. They kept coming up to me. They're like, yo, who's that? I'm like, no, that's Dave. Because of me, it's Dave. And they're like, you know him? I'm like, yeah. It's like, we do comedy together. He does comedy? I'm like, yeah. Like, you sure? I'm like, yeah.
Do you know how many times I get that? People are like, really? You do comedy? I'm like, yeah, why? Why do you seem so surprised by that? Well, you're really angry a lot. Well, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, what? Because I'm angry, I can't be funny? Fuck you. Like, who the fuck did you get to, like, fuck off.
Bro, you should have just told them that joke that took me 6 years.
Oh, God.
I still remember that day. I was like, Whack-A-Priest. Oh, that's so smart. And I see Dave go quiet. I was like, no, you get it. No. My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck. I was a little bit confused when you did that. Whack-A-Priest. What the fuck's he talking about? What?
No,
but
that's like me watching your set right now going, oh, I get it. You'd suck his dick if you can do that at the keg. Now I understand. Like,
oh my God!
You wouldn't blow him for a raise or anything.
No,
but if he's
just for the steak.
Keg.
For the steak. Yo, so talking about it, are you guys coming for the roast? TP, you're coming in, right? I got you down. Dave, you?
I'm in.
I can't, man.
I told Esper, I was like, he's like, who's coming? I was like, Dave's coming. He's like, yo, are you serious? Because Dave will fuck you up. I'm like, I know. And I hope he doesn't come because he said he's got family commitments.
Oh, shit.
No, well, that's the thing because we were supposed to go up a couple of weeks ago and it fucking bailed. And then we were going to do it on Halloween and that got canceled. So now we moved it to 2 weeks later, which happens to be November 12th. And I'm like, there's no fucking way I can bail again because I will get fucking killed.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Like I said, I'll send you a video. I will do a video.
Yeah. Yo, send it to Barry because Barry's down. Send it to one of these guys, and then they can just play it because I don't want to know, right? Like it's supposed to be a surprise. How you gonna destroy me? Because Asper was also scared. I'm like, listen, he's not just gonna come after me. He'll fuck you up too. And so Asper was like, oh shit, didn't even think of that. I'm like, hey man, it's a roast.
Well, let me know who's all on it, and I'll send my wishes to everybody. But before we do that, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, because we just kind of jumped in there and ran away. So I'm your host, Dave Sokolowski, with Zolf Ali, Thomas Patrice. special shout out to Jaybird,
Jaybird,
Jason
yeah.
Rees from Jaybird
Love you,
Digital
Jay.
Arts. Makes all of us look fucking amazing and everything else. Go check us out on Redbubble. We got a bunch of shit there. Check out our new website. It's tensiongraymatter.weebly.com. All four of us are there. You can find out where we're playing next. You can get links to more videos. You can even send us an email and fucking hire us, because
Woo!
be good.
Fancy.
I know, right? Who knew? But yeah, we're starting to book shows and everything else again. So now we're going to start advertising the shows, because now we want people to be out there and coming out to see us. And hopefully, if you're in town, you come out and see us. Remember, there's a lot of good people out in the world, and if you can't find one, be one.